Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Fat Man Reviews Food. We're going to talk about Morimoto Asia in Disney Springs and what we thought of it, or I thought of it from a bariatric patient standpoint, and then just from a cost standpoint, and whether or not people really enjoyed it. So we did go have dinner with Fly Me to Disney with Jamie and Kyle. Hi Jamie, hi Kyle. Miss ya. And we ate at Morimoto Asia. How it came about was I saw a review of Morimoto Asia and the food looked good and the people who had it said it was really good, and we were trying to decide on a place to eat, so I was like, let's go here. I've never had it, they had never had it, so I am going to discuss my opinion of what their food looked like and kind of like my interpretation of what it probably tasted like. I don't know. I'm not going to say what I thought their opinion was on it. We're going to leave that up to them because I'm sure they'll definitely give it to you at some point. So we went to Morimoto Asia. We, to be safe, ordered the seafood tower. No, to be safe, we ordered the sushi tower so that everybody had something to eat. And it was $100, and then Kristen also ordered a thing of edamame, and so I'll put the video right here, just kind of showing the video footage I took of the tower itself. So that was $100. It came with a whole cold lobster, oysters, there was a tuna flower on top, a few pieces of sushi, some sashimi, there was squid, some whiting, and some shrimp. And of course it's like, you know, the oysters were from like Boston or something. They were very small oysters, and I've had better oysters from a local butcher shop who can get them here local and fresh. To be honest, it just wasn't good. I've had sushi, I enjoy sushi, and I've eaten sushi from loads of different places, and it didn't taste fresh. Not when you're paying $100 for it, you're assuming that you're gonna get the freshest stuff they have, and to be honest, it just kind of tasted like it sat in the fridge all day. It definitely wasn't fresh. There was nothing fancy about the oysters from Boston or wherever they were from. They were just oysters, and they weren't even great oysters, and they were like very small oysters. So I don't know, maybe I'm spoiled because I grew up eating seafood in a seafood state, and I kind of expect good seafood when I order good seafood. And even when it comes to sushi, you know, to be quite honest, we did a terrible job making that sushi the other night, and it was better, just flavor profile wise. This was very bland, and it didn't taste fresh, so I think that's part of my issue with it. Looking at Jamie and Kyle's food, he had orange chicken, and she had this big crispy noodle bowl with like, I think it had shrimp and chicken in it. His just kind of looked like chicken tenders dipped in orange sauce, and of course the vegetables in both of their meals, like, they weren't seasoned, they were just steamed, and that was it. So like, no, like, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and I think that's kind of where like some dishes fall short, is they're assuming the flavor from everything else is gonna kind of just help you cope with the vegetables. And it's kind of sad because there are certain things you can do with vegetables that really bring out their raw flavor, and it makes them that much more delicious. Her soup looked great, but it also didn't look like it had a lot of seasoning. Maybe it was relying on like some kind of special broth. That's just me looking at it, that's not me tasting it, so don't take those reviews with any kind of grain. Take it with a grain of salt, because those are just eyeballing it and what it looks like. It didn't look like it was worth the cost that was listed on the menu. So same thing with the sushi. It didn't look good. The presentation was kind of cool with the tower, but the sushi itself didn't look that good. And I know I've had sliced squid and it be tender, and this was so tough I couldn't chew it. I had to spit it out. And even some of the other like sashimi and slices of fish and stuff like that were kind of tough when they really shouldn't be, because of the way they're sliced. And if they're sliced correctly and the right thickness, then they should almost melt in your mouth. So yeah, Morimoto's for us just didn't do it. I don't know if we'll be back. There were a couple things I saw around us that looked okay. Keep in mind, this is us doing another Disney dining coming off of the Bon Voyage breakfast, and that was just amazing. So maybe I was holding everything up to that standard, and being this isn't a Disney restaurant, you know, they're not at the same standard. I've heard plenty of people rave about Morimoto's and the different foods, and maybe it was just what we had. Maybe we should have tried something else. But there were just other places on Disney Springs that I think probably would have been better and maybe tasted better. From a bariatric standpoint, they had plenty of stuff that was like meat. They had like a roast duck, and it was like $30 a person for 2 people. And that's got plenty of protein in it. The sushi has protein in it, what I could eat or was willing to eat because it tasted okay. But yeah, it wasn't that great, you know, and it was just kind of like, nah. The coolest part of our meal was that the kids menu came with origami paper and taught you how to fold origami animals. So other than that, I have to say I don't recommend Morimoto's. It just wasn't what we had. I know for sure didn't taste what I feel like it should have tasted like. And looking at some of the other dishes around us, I would say it didn't look like they were serving you the best of the best. And being a big fan of like Iron Chef and a lot of Morimoto stuff, I just expected more from a restaurant with his name on it. So maybe that's just me. Again, that's just my opinion. Let me know what your opinion is in the comments. Did you enjoy Morimoto's? Have you tried it? Are you gonna try it? If you've eaten something that we didn't eat, what did you think? If you ate what we ate, did you eat the sushi there? What did you think of the sushi? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was worth the cost? But yeah, bariatric or not, I just don't recommend Morimoto's. There's other places you can eat, and I think better selections out there. So hope you guys enjoyed this review. Probably the worst review I've had. I know I talked about Liberty Tree Tavern, and it wasn't a great review for them, but I would say Liberty Tree Tavern was better than Morimoto's, and they serve you boxed stuffing. Love you guys. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Share this video with friends and family. Share it on Twitter and Facebook, and I don't know, can you share it on Instagram? I'm not that big into Instagram. I don't know how it works completely, to be honest. I share pictures every now and then, but that's about it. Share it if you can. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you thought. Share it. Chit chat with me in the comments. It doesn't have to be about Morimoto's. Is there a restaurant in Disney Springs that I should go try? Is there a restaurant in Disney World, Disney Springs, Orlando that you want to know about from a fat man's point of view, from a bariatric patient's point of view, from a kid's point of view? I got 2, and they'll tell you in earnest whether or not they like your food or not. So, you know, got a guy's point of view, a girl's point of view. Let me know a restaurant you'd like to see a review on, and who you'd like to see review it, and what viewpoint you want to know it from. And next time we're down there, maybe we'll pop in and give it a check. I love you guys. Till tomorrow.